Hey everyone, welcome to another quick live video from me, Turboman UK. Today it's the revival of my Nintendo Wii U. It's up here. So what we're looking at there is a Nintendo Wii U. It has an external hard disk plugged into the back of it, and that's where all the games are stored. It has a memory card in the front, and we've also got the GameCube USB adapter right there. So what we're going to be looking at today is a game called Shikigami no Shiro. This is a shmup for the Japanese GameCube. Absolutely fantastic game. I'm just going to quickly show you what I've got here. So I've got set up my Wii U gamepad, and as I've said, I've already got my my Wii U set up here, right next to the GameCube, incidentally. It's a shame that we can't get the switch hacked at the moment. There's my switch down there. But what I'd like to do is just show you this game. Absolutely fantastic one. So I'm just going to mount you in the stand. There we go. And stabilize everything. Okay. And I'm going to use the gamepad here. And just switch over for a second. And I'm going to launch the Wii U Virtual Console. So that's done like that. So now what I need to do is pick up the Wiimote, point it at the television, and let's do the TV and gamepad. So this is going to boot the Wii U into the virtual Wii mode. So once we're in the virtual Wii mode, I'm going to go into the homebrew channel. And in there I have Nintendont. Now Nintendont is a GameCube enabler. It's not an emulation. As some of you may already know, the GameCube is part of the Wii. It's basically, with the Wii, it's just a souped up GameCube. So I'm going to hit Nintendont, and that will enable us to load GameCube ISOs on the virtual Wii. Now I've got all my games, or both of the games that I've got on here, which is Super Mario Sunshine and the game I'm going to show you. I've got them on the SD card. So as you can see there, I've got Shikigami no Shiro 2 and Super Mario Sunshine. So I'm going to pick up my GameCube controller. Now, I'll very quickly again just demonstrate what we've got up at the top there. Is a GameCube adapter with a wireless, I think these are called Wavebuds, which gives me the complete freedom of a wireless controller for the GameCube. So I'm going to use the Wavebird here. As you can see, that selects on screen. I'm just going to check out the game settings using B. And I'm going to have a look in there and see what we've got. So I've got widescreen on, which is great. And I've also got the video width set up there. So I'm just going to make sure that's nice and full screen. If you're not happy with full screen, of course, you can launch it as you want. So this is Shikigami no Shiro 2. An excellent shmup, which is booting there. I think that was just complaining that I didn't have a memory card inserted. So as you know, the GameCube doesn't have a digital, well, it does have a digital out, but I've been told the cables are incredibly expensive. So this allows us to play this excellent game on the Wii U with the Wavebird controller. Now this game's not too bad. But the one problem is, it's very much in a window in the center of the screen, as you can see. So this game I'm going to talk over the top of because obviously there is music in this game and I really don't want the copyright being flagged on top of this. But it's an excellent game, an excellent shmup that can be played on the virtual Wii via the Nintendont enabler, let's call it, or program for want of a better word. Excellent stuff, really good. First time I played it was only a few days ago actually. I will put this one on my radar. It was a guy at the local retro game store in Blackburn in the UK, and he said to me he's just received this game in along with a Japanese GameCube, and I had a quick go and it was a fantastic game. So the first thing I did is think about my my Wii U and think about the ability to actually run a GameCube via Nintendont on the virtual Wii. Obviously we could be playing this two-player due to the adapter, the USB adapter I've got plugged into the Wii U. But what a fabulous game! I think you'll agree. If you're a big fan of shmups, this is just an amazing game. I'm not going to play this for too much longer because I've got a little bit more to show you before we finish up for today. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to pause the game and I'm going to hit home on the Wiimote controller. And that'll take us back, hopefully, to the Nintendont loader. There we go. So obviously that's going to load again. Now what I'm going to also do is I'm just going to position down here onto the table where I've got the control, the gamepad if you like. So what the nice thing is that you can do with this is obviously you can play on this as well. So I'll go to SD and load that up. So there we go. And this time, before I start the game, I'm going to put the game in what's called tape mode. And that is simply meaning you can play it in a vertical orientation. So it means now, once I hit start, and in arcade mode, we can now turn things sideways and play. Now obviously I'm showing you on here for a reason, and it is because my television doesn't easily go sideways, as you're about to see. But of course, you know, you can easily play it on here sideways. So I'm just gonna rest this down, and I'll bring the camera a little bit closer to show you this. So the one problem with the virtual Wii is that it's not possible. It's not possible to use the gamepad control. When you do, it comes up with a message just telling you that you have to use the Wii U and nunchuck. But the nice thing is, I can actually play this, in theory, if I position everything correctly. And hopefully you can see that. I'll just mute the audio on the television as well. Xbox mute. No, that hasn't done it, never mind. So this here enables me to start the game up. So now the audio is just coming from the gamepad. So I just think this is absolutely fantastic, being able to play this. It's kind of semi-portable in terms of, you know, you can hold it, you know, you don't have to have it on a big screen TV. So it's kind of nice that way, but it will be even better when the guys who are creating the Switch workarounds, I think that's Fail Overflow and Team Executor. One of them, Fail Overflow, believes they've got a software exploit, which would be nice, and that's going to enable people to use their Switch for other means other than what Nintendo wanted you to, whether that's homebrew, loading old ROMs like this, or maybe even loading Switch games if that floats your bag. Team Executor, from the news that we've been looking at recently, they seem to be focusing on a hardware solution, which will obviously be some kind of mail order, or hey, what year am I living in? It'd be some kind of order over the internet, and get yourself, I'll just pause it, and get yourself their device and plug it into the Switch. But personally, I tend to look towards Fail Overflow. I think they've got the right idea of doing things via a software exploit. As far as I'm aware, it is a boot ROM exploit, which means that Nintendo have to release new hardware of the Switch, or they'll have to revise the hardware in the Switch. There isn't really a software patch that can patch it, but yeah, this is just a side topic, if you like. I'm really pleased with being able to play this game locally on a kind of small screen. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It was very much rushed together, so I appreciate you watching it to this point. If you have, subscribe, have a look at some of my other videos, but I'm always looking for new ways to exploit my hardware. So I'll just zoom out. So obviously, whether or not it's a SNES Classic, or the PlayStation 4, or the Xbox, or the Switch even. Legacy consoles, obviously your Xbox 360 and your PlayStation 3. Also up in the attic, I think I've got some of the older ones, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1, Xbox as well up there. Sega's consoles, very good as well. Obviously, we've got the 16-bit era, the Saturn, which you can just put copy discs in if you've got an action replay. Dreamcast at the top there, excellent, because that just runs CDRs straight off the bat. The somewhat forgotten, I guess, Wii U, fantastic console. Then going back there from the GameCube, the N64, the Super Nintendo, and the Nintendo Entertainment System. Excellent consoles in their own right, I think you'll agree. But for the time being, I'll leave you with the Wii U gamepad. A very misunderstood, but very much loved console. Thumbs up if you like the Wii U, even though it was a failure. Alright guys, thanks very much for watching. I'll catch you on the flip side.